come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Off the play fake. West. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Complete to
Quez Watkins. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead.
The
extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-zip.
Makes the score Eagles 7, Packers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
A little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
4-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. West looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards there on the catch and run. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up. When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 26-yard line.
Second down. Here's Hurts. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Hurts. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. On the option, it'll be Hurts. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on third down. Play action. Here's Hurts. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
3-yard pickup.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Play action. West. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And that's gonna wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Now Jones. They'll get 4 back there on the run, but now they're looking up at a 3rd and 12 situation.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, West. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. James Lynch drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. And finally out of bounds just inside the 10. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And this offense, they've got it set up on the silver platter. 1st and goal inside the 10. So now just like that, things change dramatically. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, if I'm not mistaken. They gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. Yeah, just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Interested to see what they dial up here. 3rd and goal with a lot of green between them and the end zone. being chased out left. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. So on now the field goal team for Philadelphia. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. This is Jones. Jones breaking from the contact. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there, 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Now a 1st down carry by Jones. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. On 1st down, it's Jones, and he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line.
Jones, the ball
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know you're on your way to a big-time career. And just think, he's not through yet. On
3rd down, West. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the gun, West. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked.
Intended
second down.
21.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59. Oh, damn.
To throw again. West. And that is incomplete. Well, a lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Watch the pass. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic.
To throw on 3rd down. West. And this is caught at the end. Touchdown. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And that makes it 14-10.
McGinnis set to kick off.
And McGinnis with a kickoff honors following a touchdown. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. Going deep here for Watkins. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
He talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. West looking deep for Hilton. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
to shake off the interception from the last drive, he'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Not that time for Watkins, but it'll be second down.
It's second down and 10.
To take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Austin McGinnis set to kick off.
It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there, first down. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Hurts. He'll fire deep for Rager. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back, just a yard or two shy of midfield. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, it totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Jones. And he's going to take this close to the first down marker as he stopped at the Eagles' 39. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Safety's creeping.
Looking to throw on second down. West looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Watch the twist. Mike 5'9",
They'll run on first down. Jones. They give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
He was taken down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
No, check that. We want Mike 52.
Then he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Watch the curve.
Hey, Mark. 52.
Right
Operating from the gun. West. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
A 38-yard attempt.
And his kick is indeed good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. The drive starts with Foreman on the ground. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Eagles.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off near the 42. And they finally put it into this return. But not before he's all the way down to the 37. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Jones with a nice game there on first down as he takes these forward and call it a pickup of 6.
Taylor on the stop. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Off the bootleg. West. On the crossing route, complete. That's Robinson. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Allen Robinson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
Out for the PAT, here's McGinnis.
And the lead is up to 14. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. His throw incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now Foreman. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And the time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Eagles.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right.
toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time. That'll bring up second down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Buying time to his left. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. DJ Jones able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down. And Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it. They're going on 4th down with Hurts. And that is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. So now with a 2-minute warning coming up fast, that puts a mammoth dent in their comeback hopes.
I like how you phrased it. It's a dent because there's still opportunity. They've got to get the ball back on defense, obviously twice. But guess what? This thing is not close to being over. They need to go ahead and play it out.
Not over. As you said, 2-score game still. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 19-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down he'll go at the 25.
Good.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. And the Eagles with a dime look. 6 DBs on 3rd down. And they take a knee.
Today's final.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on